Lanjut game kedua, Arasji versus Eko. Gila, di sini Sanji memakai Gusion mid guys ya. Bennyqt masih memakai carry, Karlzi memakai Baxi ya. Like pakai Win Romer, Demon Kite memakai Barat Hyper. Sanji Gusion mid keluar guys ya.
So this is the norm, this is the standard. Something else to note, 3 Brave Smites on RSG. They're playing for sustain. Do they want to stay in the lane?
Gusion mid laner keluar guys ya.
Considering that they're up against ability-focused main damage dealers on the side of Echo, the Brave Smite will help counteract
Match
that.
penentuan guys, Sanford pakai Bennyqt.
They're respecting it, and they know they want to be able to buy time, as much time as possible for Kusei and Aqua to.
Bennyqt masih berusaha nge-freeze
I
lane.
feel like will be another X factor here. How well he'll be able to drop down the astral recalls and everything in between.
Menang carry sih kalau kena skill satunya. Gila di freeze coy, kalian cek. Bennyqt
See Echo now, let's see.
Sanji ke bawah buat yang level 4.
Be able to win this first turtle fight, and I wonder if the trend will continue of disastrous turtle fights for either of these two teams here in Game 3.
Well, looks like it's going to break out here once again. Both teams going in, and they're going to find the connection though. Penalty zone.
Wah,
Still
gila,
going
Sanji
through
langsung ke.
Look at the damage on Aqua.
Novanya,
JP gonna
Novanya
be
tapi
the
nggak
one
mati.
to fall here. Carl
Wah,
easy.
rata coy Eko,
Gila
tapi
next, it's a double
Sanjinya
though,
juga
and
mati
Sanji
ngincer.
takes a couple shots.
Kill,
Demon
bro.
Kite gets a triple in this exchange, and the turtle.
Too slow of an uptick from Echo. The sources of damage and the way that they output it happen much slower as compared to how RSG are able to answer back. We'll see here in the replay exactly where it went wrong and how the Detna's welcome able to turn things around. It started off with a quick spot from Aqua's Novaria, and then again that'll just allow for RSG to lean hard into it. And next thing you know, again, I take it back. I apologize now. This is not Who Front Home. This is Guinevere in the roam. And so far, Light's making it work. Light is just sitting in on that. Was a full combo that he was able to pull off.
Yeah, the layering of combinations dished out there by Echo, actually. It started off Detona's welcome, followed up by Nas with the penalty zone as Echo entered, and then Light with just the cherry on top.
So good.
With the Violet Requiem. Echo need to be careful with their dive entries. And that's 3 games in a row now. The trend continues. Disastrous first turtle fights.
That first turtle, man. And with that, again, it's a small lead, but RSG, if that same thing happens with the second turtle, that Echo needs to learn.
And I think from game 1, game 2, whoever won the first turtle actually won the game.
Yeah.
Even if you saw a small.
Apakah Gusion mid di sini efektif ya guys ya? Gila, tadi menit 2 udah triple kill coy. Demon Kite.
Have not gone very far. Well, the longest was 16? Under.
Something about that, yeah.
Under 18, definitely.
Iya lu stun dua-duanya.
It's hard. Echo has to find a way to play from the defense.
Yeah. And I think
Harusnya sih si Sanji membuat khusus ngelock si ini sih. Siapa? Si Novaria, si Aqua.
That's what that triple will do, you know?
Sanji.
And so I feel like leading into the second turtle, Echo's got to be careful how they approach it. Carl Teasy going to get in position, though.
This is a snowballed Barrett's at this point. See who gets it. Good positioning by Echo, but RSG, they want to contest.
Yep, there's the flicker from Light into the
Wah,
blazing
blazing.
duet.
Wah,
Sanji
kena cok.
taken out.
Light
So
gila
quick
banget.
there.
Wih,
Sanford with
nice
electric
banget
final blow.
Sanford di
They're
sini.
battling out. Turtle will be taken
Wah,
though.
terdaftar di mana coy.
Can they stay alive?
Kalau
Sanford won't
retrik
be able to get
artinya
away.
Sanfordnya mati.
Takes the brunt of the damage. Has to
Wah,
flicker
satu kedua
out.
cok.
But is going to be fine with the body of Smith. And
Aduh,
they
rugi
come out
banget
on
Eko.
top again.
Oh man. Light committing the flicker there for the perfect moment, the right pickoff. Sanji wasn't even able to get half of his combo in. dare even think of using the Petrify, and that immediately was the go signal for RSG to go in, lean hard, score another turtle, get a turn. Aqua down though.
Yep, Sanji able to pick up a kill. Can he stay alive? Light gets a retreat. Now Carl TZ there to help him out. But Sanji will stay alive in the exchange.
All right, a turnaround and a trade too late.
Yep.
But still, I think RSG are winning this clearly, even with 1,500 gold.
Yeah, Light's feeling it tonight. I believe one of the things mentioned in the English broadcast where you were in last week, Naisu, with Onyx versus RGPH was that our Light felt passive.
Yeah.
This time now, though, 3 games in a row, he's been the opposite of that. He's been taking charge for RSGPH to set things up.
Oh,
That's what I really wanted to see from Light in this matchup, right? As we were talking about, especially the jungle, matchup between Demonkind and Carl Tizia, it's what we needed to see from Light and that adjustment for this lineup here.
Wah, Bennyqt nya kena. Wah, mati-mati
Jose, gonna be in
fix.
trouble, takes quite a bit of damage. Tries to blazing duet, to anything he can get, but will go down.
Kok BN sih? Kurusai
moment of
anjir.
vulnerability from RSG. It looked like there
Aduh,
was
coba
no
pusing nih dari tadi
flash.
pindah kanan kiri.
Kusei there.
Tadi resti kanan soalnya. Sorry guys.
Also could have been a great read there for Echo alongside that.
Kusei.
Further. Yeah, item checkups, Light, Athena Shield.
Gue masih ngeliat clothingnya Bennyqt. Bennyqt pakai kari guys.
Yep. Oh, if anything, just the Gusion.
Yep.
And of course, sit under Carl TZ's ult. Which I
Sanji masih nyari timing.
There's very little that the Puissance does actually. Sure, it compromises Demon
Tarso
Knight,
juga
compromises
jelek-jelek.
Mats, but Light actually changes
Baiknya
the
harusnya ke
dynamic
Cardi
there.
doang
Light
sini
finds
buat
the
apa yang
combo.
dapat.
There's very little that the Puissance should do against RSG.
Yeah. Both roamers have ultimates and their flickers. Let's see who.
Oke, depannya sama Aqua. Kemakan Cardi-nya.
Down. Aqua's the one
Dapat
to get the
Aqua.
turtle. They
Wah,
have to
gila,
win the
Sandur
fight.
langsung masuk
Bennyqt
tengah-tengah.
unleashing the
Blazing
backside.
dari Kusei.
Nats takes quite a bit of damage, but
Oh
Sanji
gila,
with that fall.
Sanji langsung ke
Aqua
Aquanya
quite
cok.
low as
Tapi nggak
well.
mati.
Bennyqt can't find the kills he was
Wah,
looking
mati
for.
Sanji.
Sanji couldn't as well.
Gila, kalah lagi loh
For
keluarnya
Nats.
aku.
And Echo struggling in the team fight.
Gila
The
cok.
Raiders come in,
Pusing
take the
terusan, Po.
lead and walk away with a smile on their face. Another turtle scored by RSG, but in an unconventional way against
Ah, cuy, waduh, cuy.
and Sanji trying to find their targets via a full combo. Could not. Aqua protecting himself very well, and again with a fadeaway turtle take, able to secure them
Jedar.
1,000 gold lead. Where's the majority of that gold lead? Ladies and gentlemen, it is currently on Nats. Nats is about 1,000 almost ahead of his lane mate, and then it's all equally spread out across. So that means RSG can take it, I don't want to say nice and slow, but just move on forward, march at this solid pace, and make Echo think of, again, where do we commit our ults? Where do we find the full combo, the pickoff? Because it hasn't really happened.
Masih
Yeah,
gocek
it's
Kusei.
not quite there yet in terms of the damage output. RSG just feels like they're way too tanky. Every team fight we've seen, especially the last one, it looks like Echo just threw everything out already. But then RSG still looked relatively healthy. Aqua was able to get away, the pokes of Kusei. And it seems like when RSG, when it's their turn to deal the damage, the members of Echo are falling down quickly. Now, a little bit of a difference is that Sanji finally got to build up a glowing one, so that might help a little bit further. He's up against a tanky set of heroes on the side of RSG.
It's even with that, everything that's happened here now under the 10-minute mark, 4,000 gold lead here for RSG. This is looking very similar to what we saw in the previous game, but Echo will continue to get in position for the team fights, for these objectives, and that's probably what they're going to do here again for this Lord.
Yeah.
And what makes it worse, gentlemen, is that Echo's lineup does much less now on the defense compared to their lineup in game number 2. This is a lineup that relishes and flourishes as an aggressive lineup. And now they're forced to play behind the bush, from inside their jungle, from inside their base. But wait, watch Sanji, watch Sanji.
Oh, he's too late. Not able to
Reload.
get there,
Wah,
but
kena
Carl TZ
JP-nya
now
mati.
can't even move, can't play.
Cardi.
You get whittled down, taken
Ini
down.
mata gua
Light
kenapa sih?
goes
Oh, Sanji
in,
langsung.
Sanji on the
Wah,
backside,
miss.
trying to get a combination.
Dikira tapi
Demon
mati.
Knight is low.
Dia
Will
mau-
get taken down.
Oh, Bennyqt pre-hit.
Bennyqt on the backside as well, firing off on Naz. Gets the
Oh,
flicker
Bennyqt-nya
down.
pre-hit.
Gets hunted down.
Oh, GG.
Sanford goes in. Sanji gets the kill though. Echo fights back, but they lose the Lord.
May have spoken too soon. Echo still had one left in the chamber and came out with a.
Waduh,
I'd say-
miss lagi.
Okay, they're
Flicker
not-
ya guys ya,
are they?
Aquanya.
Are they?
He slows
be fine. Has the heal. Sanford
trap.
there.
Wah,
The
mati
rest of the
lagi.
team, Light gonna be
Ini.
the one in trouble. One hit away.
Nggak
Won't
mati, cuy, itu, cuy.
survive. Echo has to respond to
Mampu nggak
one
mati,
bottom.
cahaya,
All right,
cahaya.
let's talk about it. How did it come to this? Number one, I think at some point Echo understood that we're not going to win off of Kyle Teasy. We're not going to win this Lord take.
Yes.
They gave that up and then scrambled RSG to the point where Sanji and Sanford can actually make a difference. And the fact that they're still alive and they were able to get a few kills on the backswing and get a shutdown, mind you, allowed for them to keep this gold lead manageable and actually allowed for RSG to gain
Yes.
very little off of that Lord. We're going to see here the recap. The Lord gains from RSG's take, and this is so much smaller than even compared to game 2.
Echo right now still in a much better position to be able to claw their way back, but RSG continue to push that gap, taking control of the map. And one thing I want to point out also from the last sequence was Kusei actually using the Purify as a little speed boost to avoid getting taken down by Sanji. So he knows he's watching out for that Gusion, because I feel like at this point Sanji's job is simple. Take either Kusei or Aqua down, better if it's both.
Yeah, even with that, despite everything, Echo holds on to the majority of their base turrets for now. And I mean, given how that whole exchange went, you saw how zoned out they were from that Lord fight. So I'm wondering, the fact that they proved that they can fight back, I wonder how Echo approaches the next objective.
Oh, wow. Here's the point proven. They actually netted less. They lost 800 gold on the swing back from Echo with the shutdowns from Sanji and Sanford. Something else to note, Sanji isn't even fully built yet. He needs maybe 2 more items before he actually becomes a threat. So, yeah, say what you will about... Oh, wait. Oh, grant the purple. Say what you will about this lineup being pick-off-centric and wanting to go fast and early. I think they've yet to hit their actual power spike. Players like Sanji, players like Sanford, they always have something up their sleeve. And I think now, especially once they build their 3rd and 4th items, those Lord fights should make a difference. Hell, if they're both missing, you better check your 6, man. So that's why the Novarius all the more matters on Aqua.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. As to add to that, Sanford actually already built the 3rd item, and it's a Sea Hopper, so it's full damage for Sanford himself. Sea Hopper, Malefic Roar, and then the Hunter Strike.
Yep.
So they really know, and again, this lineup is built for that carry. But I agree with you. Power Spike ain't completely hit yet unless the Gusion has items. RSG already rushing the Lord.
Conceal play gonna come down. Nas takes quite a bit of damage. Huge penalty zone though. Into the blazing duet. Fight for the Lord. Still gonna break down. Echo final ball comes down. Sanford taken out. Takes out Kusei.
Wah, gila. Masih
That
dapet,
gets
Cok.
the Lord. RSG has a
menang, Cok.
blunder
Ikut
for
tiba-tiba.
the Lord. Things whittled down, dissipated, and Echo Express down the mid.
Talking about objective fights for RSG, that's a Pyrrhic victory. They lost so much in pursuit of the Lord. But looking back, it's a
Wah,
big trade.
gila.
Again,
Comeback
any
dari
kind
seorang
of kills
Eko.
that
Dari
Echo
tim Eko
scores
seorang
goes their
anjay.
way. And I stand corrected. They were able to thread the needle, and Echo actually scores. It's Echo's Lord.
Yes.
What? Let's see that replay one more time.
Carl Deasy able to get it there.
What?
All right.
Okay.
A little, the knock up. Demon Kite, this. Carl Deasy was just in range.
Just outside.
Demon Kite was knocked out for just a moment, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
literally just outside.
Yeah.
Oh, everything just came in so quickly. Watching that Lord knock up, I missed out on the fact that, never mind. It's all Echo now. Echo
Lord ke
won
bawah.
that fight
Wah, gila.
clearly.
Apakah comeback, coy?
Big turnaround here. The Orcas, the killer whale, smell
Satu
blood.
momen
They push
comeback
forward.
Israel.
I'm pretty sure at this
Bennyqt
point,
mati nol
they
sih
have now
tapi, coy.
hit their power
Si
spikes.
mati nol, guys.
And again, this is just indicative of the rivalry of these two.
Aduh,
How they know each
Sanji
other so
batuk-batuk.
well and how well both of these
Here
two
we go.
teams play. Items
Benny
that they
masih
play,
mati.
where we at?
Oh,
There it
Cok.
is. The
Gila,
G-Love,
bro.
the glowing wand, the genius wand, and the DG, the divine glaive. Beautiful stuff. And I think Sanji's going to start playing around with his tech here and slowly build up to a winner tranche so he can actually walk out of full-on combos. Key here is Sanford, actually. Sanford is, if anything, making
Wah,
it
bagus.
possible for Echo. The fact that he's able to output so much damage and walk away from it now, because again, he's slowly building up his Festival of Blood stacks while
Kenapa
also
nih?
building slightly defensive now. Homie has a blade armor now. So it's not as easy.
PH masih iPhone ya HP-nya, guys ya?
Nats, even Kusei to say, you know what?
iPhone apa ini Phoenix sih itu?
So I'm liking it. I like it.
Masa
liking the
Infinix sih?
turnaround, the
Bisa
swing
sih.
from Echo.
Soalnya sponsornya Infinix coy.
As we
MPL.
get a glimpse at the items being locked in here, it's
Oh Infinix coy, itu Infinix Gaming anjir.
how it comes down to
Infinix
that
apa gitu?
minute detail when it comes to
Oh.
the Lord fights, right? Like when you
Kira
even
masih
think that
iPhone,
RSG
coy.
has somewhat control of this pit, they should be able to pull it off, and then again, some of the
Infinix
interactions,
bisa
whether it's the
kayaknya.
petrifies, whether it's the combinations,
Sekarang pada
whether it's
pakai
even
Android
one
ya
final blow,
orang-orang
or just
MPL.
the right timing, if you will, even from Carl TZ. It's still 50-50.
Apa namanya Infinix apa ya, gue
From game
lupa.
Yep. Throwing back to game number
Ini
2.
Infinix
where
GT
Bennyqt is
kayaknya
using
deh.
Claude. I
Infinix
compared
GT
his
Pro.
blazing duets to acupuncture treatment.
Yeah.
It's just like multiple needles being thrown at you. Like, oh,
Itu bedak berantakan banget anjir.
right now, this lineup that Echo was able to harness going into the late game now,
Jember banget jember itu.
feels like just Wing Chun pressure punch.
Oh, you're going for martial arts. I was thinking of something like 20 peso coins getting.
Skip guys. Skip aja guys ya.
Dive.
Oh,
As
ada
we go
gini
into the
juga
game, I'm gonna answer your
kalau
question.
PSA.
The answer is no. Actually,
Langsung,
they
let's
cannot
go.
survive whenever Echo is able to
Iya
get that
coy,
punch
Eko
stick,
membalikan
the
keadaan coy.
alligator roll, or in this case, the orca roll onto them. Once they bite down, that's it. But
Itu
good news
Bennyqt
is
diem aja,
for
Cok.
the Raiders is it's not as easy.
Karinya diem aja.
Remember, a lot of the
Oh, enggak
turnaround
deh.
moments from Echo
Oh, no,
here
no,
in
no.
game number 3, 15 minutes in, I'd say that was what, twice now in a row?
Twice.
It's
Itu
so hard to
item
set up.
semua ya?
They have to flank. They have to find a free bush that Sanji and Sanford can sit in. For
JP baru item
So,
ketiga, baru kedua, item
once
ketiga.
Echo get it, it's so hard to recover, to roll back from. But Echo have to set it up well. And it's not so easy because they don't have much vision.
Yeah, with everything talked about, I feel like Joseph here, Naisu, said it best. With these two, feels like everything's a 50-50.
Yeah,
Never really know how it goes.
toss a coin, right? I mean, at this point, with both these teams,
Oh,
goal
Sunward
lead or
mau
not,
nge-clear tapi
it
masih
comes down
takut.
to it, and that's why we mentioned earlier, they're a lot alike, whether they admit it or not.
Sengit nih, Wara di luar lagi nih.
The game plan here is a little bit different with the lineups that they have, but ultimately it's these minor details.
Where we are now is but the fulfillment of what Echo was alluding to, what they were foreshadowing in game number 2. The fact that they were so aggressive even when they were on the backswing, when they were on up against the ropes. Now it makes sense. It's because they got to this point by continuing to be aggressive.
Yeah.
They got to this point by still hoping and trusting in Sanford and Sanji and in their pickup potential.
Itu jadi
And now
sama
they're
cuy,
ahead,
emang
okay?
Eko cuy.
Have to watch a minion wave management here. RSG.
Top side.
This is a very interesting call by RSG, but one that could be devastating if they decide to call for it.
Let's go.
Needs to be pushed up a little bit more if they want to. Leo, what else do we have to watch out for?
You gotta watch out for the fact that Echo have really bad wave clear. You're talking about RSG making the call. RSG looking for long lane management. Good news is Echo actually has to put so much effort into protecting their own waves, their own turns. Look at this. See, they know where Sanford is, so that means one less problem.
They're gonna give it a go.
Light and Kuse, how they're positioning right now. They're waiting for something. They're waiting for Sanford, but Sanford has read it. Naisu.
Sanford clear that wave. Now they have the full
Wah,
force.
keluarnya seperempat cok.
Echo Express here against the Raiders. A fourth of the health here. Keep an eye on this top side of the map with Light and Kuse as well. They could look for their own counter initiation or try to start up themselves, but it's going to reset.
Oh, what a dance.
A little salsa between the former Kings of Sea, former champions of the world, the Orcas, getting hot in the river. Full reset now. Okay, so what are they looking for here, Leo? What's with the reset? Is it something with the minions or vision?
It's the
Masih.
full
Oh, tadi ganggu.
lean on. It's the full engage. Neither team are finding it, so neither team are willing for this Lord to go.
Coba nih
Because
Gusionnya
both
buat ke
teams
ini
are
doang sih
using
sebenarnya.
this Lord for their own sake.
Ke Cloud
Both
bisa,
teams
ke
rely on this Lord to stay.
ke
At the
Nova.
same time, again, because of
Ya tapi
these
lebih ke
enemies,
Novanya deh ini,
it feels like
buat
a
Nova.
50-50. You can't even say that if Echo initiated first, they'd win the fight.
Lo dari tadi ngelok si Nova mulu Sanji.
So now, I feel like that's why RSG is leaning more a little into the back
Itu
row
3 loh di
focus of it
atas
all.
RSG.
Because they know with Echo it's a 50-50.
Lortin gak sih?
So they try to manage the minion waves to pressure Echo to make a mistake.
Belum ada
And I
info
think
sih
those are
tapi
right
di
calls
atas itu.
because Echo can't go tit for tat when it comes to macro. So now they're gonna try to
Jadi kasih info
muscle in.
RSG.
Okay, at this point, I think they're
Join.
going to turn. Someone's going to turn at this point. This is it.
The point of no return.
Point of no
Have to.
return.
It might even be Navs here. Again, he has that mortality. Vision's going to come down as well. JP jumps in. There's the call.
Oh,
they get a little bit of
massive.
poke down. Lord's still going to be worked on.
Wah,
Now,
gila, dapat
penalty
dua.
zone to come through. Navs
Tapi
has to
nasa
flicker
flicker.
around. They're going to fight for it. Call TZ. Can he get the entry off?
Aduh,
It's Demon
dapat
Kite.
demon dong.
Gets the Lord. Can they stay
RSG dapat
alive?
miss.
Bennyqt unleashing the backside. It's
Wah, tapi
too
orang mana?
much damage
Eko.
from Echo.
Gila,
Navs falls
bikin
next,
itu.
3 down for RSG. Echo just has to work on the Lord here, but RSG has 2 members.
An
Masih
immaculate
matiin
and
lo, bro.
brutal turn from
Gila.
Echo. Yes, they
Bennyqt mode
sacrificed
M4
the
ini mah.
Lord, but at the cost of a 3-for-none trade.
Eh,
Now
enggak
RSG
NC.
are left in the corner.
Waduh,
with
nggak
just 2
clear lagi.
defenders.
Si Aquanya. Wah, gila.
Sanji doesn't need the
Aquanya
minions.
ke
Jump
arahin ke
into the base.
minion
It's
lagi.
only
Wah,
Kosei.
NN.
Echo Express comes in with a decisive win in a
Minion, no
3-game
minion.
series. No minions
Oh, udah,
just
pasti.
yet. They still
Udah
have
diri-diri,
time.
Cok.
No, they got it. They got this.
Waves are
Gila.
making their way down.
Coy.
Despite 5 seconds away,
banget,
Echo
Indonesia.
will take the series.
Gila,
Did it
gila,
dirty.
gila.
They hit it dirty.
Satu kata buat
they
ini
got
nih,
wiped
gila,
out.
Cok.
The classic rivalry